So if you'd like to see me assemble this rear axle, it was amazing. And our mudguards, stick around to the end and enjoy the video. Hi everyone, this is Mr. Fusion Designs and welcome to our channel. Today we are doing a build from Fanhome. It is the Fast and Furious build, the legendary Toyota Supra Mark IV Pack 7. So this is pack 7 of the Toyota Supra, which I am thoroughly enjoying. We are doing issues 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 and 32. So these are older parts. Looks very interesting. I think we have a gearbox here, some brake discs, and maybe a cross member. I'm not sure, but we will have a look throughout these parts. Let's just move these out the way. These are the parts in issue 27, and this is our magazine. Move these as well, and we are going to start our build now. So this is our magazine for issue 27, excuse me, and rear mudguards. Okay, those look interesting. So we have to close up these parts from other issues, and that's how it should look. So let's get straight into this. So let's bring over this part. Looks really good, doesn't it, with the engine now? So these are our parts. Let's just take a look. See exactly what is in this pack. And I could tell from the weight of it, it is plastic. And let's just tip these out. This should be marked, which I just seen. It says right, and these are the left ones. AM screws, IP screws, NM screws. So let's move all these parts and get the correct ones, what we need. So let's get this camera so you can see these two holes just here and there. And with this part, like you can see, it shows the L. We have to just position this and assemble it. I believe you have to get these two pegs into these two holes at the same time. Get this mud guard like in this position. Hopefully you've seen that. But then to push the pins, it's easier said than done. Is get this bottom one in first, because it's very, very tight fit. There we go. That one went in. Then let's push this just like this. And then hopefully this should just push in. That's there. And that's there. There we go. That wasn't that easy, but it's now in. So hopefully you've seen that with, I'm not sure, but now we're going to go in this direction. And with the rear mud guard is the left one. This should be straightforward. It just slots on just like that. It's quite dark, but I think you got what I just did. So with this one, we need a IP screw. I got myself some screwdrivers. Well, screwdriver, and it is this. And it's pretty good because you can click it in one direction, click it in the other direction, and then put it in the middle, and it locks in place. And I did get some quality screw bits. So instead of just changing over screwdrivers, all you have to do is just change over these screw bits, which I think will be a lot easier than keep on changing screwdrivers. I'm gonna get one with longer shafts to get down maybe thinner holes. So it is magnetized, these bits, and very strong. And let's get this in. So this first one will go just here. So that's going in. I guess we can go in that position. Wow, that's so much easier. Amazing. That's a good screwdriver. I like that handle, and it fits very well in your hand. And now with these two parts, we need 2 AM screws. So let's just grab them and get 2 AM just here. That makes so much of an easy effort to get these screw bits in. One more here. And now with these two parts, we need NM screws, and that's gonna go into metal, and just gonna put a drop of oil onto that, line this up as it should be just there, and let's get this first one just here. And that is screwed in. I have to say, I highly recommend this screwdriver. It's excellent. Wow, made it a lot easier. So that's the first side done. And now we have to do the same on the other side. So let's try and do this. Hopefully we be a lot easier this time. And this is the right one. So everything just like slots in. It's strange, but let's see. It's this bottom one that is the most difficult to get because it's slightly angled, and to get that and then the top, it's not that easy. Let's see this side. This a bit closer. Okay, I think we're good there. Bring this to the top. Then hold this, push that in. Let's try this top one here. Then this one here. There we go. Once it's in, it does fit very good. But there, that's much better. Yeah, happy with that. Now again with this side. So sorry about the bouncy camera. And this is the right side, and this will just go, maybe see this camera. I think this will be easier. So just here, just like that, line that up, and one IP screw just there. So let's just line this up. So that's both of them in. And one more, what's this? NM screw. So this is the first one. Just here. I'm not just saying this, but it makes it a lot easier screwing these screws with this screwdriver. Excellent. Perfect. So with that, that's now completed this issue. So let's move this out the way and carry on. This is issue 28. Love that. Toyota. Wow. Amazing. Oh, goodness me. Imagine that. Wow. Look at that. Amazing cars. So we are working now rear axle. So that's good. So, and that's how the final assembly should look like. So let's get this going. These are our parts. Let's just open this up and check out our rear axle for the Toyota Supra. And I could tell from the weight that is metal, and that's plastic, and that's plastic, that's plastic. IM screws, BM screws. So first thing first, we need to get this part, I guess, turn this over and get this, well, let's get it here, make it a bit easier. So you can see a little bit of a cutout, which just slots in just like that. So you could see this. There we go. And I believe we need 2 IM screws, so I'm just going to get them out. So this is the first one being screwed in place. Perfect. I'm amazed by this screwdriver. Excellent. So that's both of them now screwed in. So I guess we can go this camera. And we need to locate the left one. Actually, these are metal. So where's that? I think... No, that's right. This should be left. Yes. So just in there, I don't know, it's very small. It will have a mark saying L, but you can see it has a curved and a flat side. So let's just get this right in this angle. So if it's facing you, this orientation, like that, and that will just go like that. So we need 2 screws, and those are BM screws. See, now parts like this with this screwdriver, I don't know if it's gonna work, which it did. So that's the first BM screw. Wow, amazing. I used to have a problem with my wrist, because I damaged my wrist picking something up. But with this, makes life a lot easier. So this is the right side, and you can see it is curved just like that. And just put that like that and line that up with another BM screw. Perfect. So that brings us to the end of this issue. So let's bring over our next one. This is issue 29. And having a look. Rear axle number 2. So we're still building onto our rear axle, excuse me. So this one's a bit more fiddlier. And that's how it should look. So let's bring over our parts. So this is the parts for issue 29. And let's just see exactly what is in this pack. Nothing there. This does feel a bit of weight in this, so I'm presuming they are metal. And let's see, that's metal. Just tip all these out, and from the sound of that, I think everything's metal. So BM, LM, and these plastic, I don't know what they are, but they look great. So these are all metal, which is great. So first thing first, we need to get some parts out the way. Let's move all these out the way. So, should we continue here? So with this part, it does show L. There we go. Just there. And with this, so not that way, in this direction, and this will line up just like that. So just making sure that you can see exactly what I have done. And we need 2 BM screws. So let's just take 2 of these out. Actually, we're gonna need 4 because we need 2 more on the other side, so might as well take 4 out. Bit of oil, and let's get this first one just here. So that's our first one now in. We need to repeat on the other side. So this is the right one. There we go. Just about see that. And again, let's line that up like that. And get 2 more BM screws in these locations. Perfect. So that's now both of them in. Looks good. So we're going to bring over our next part. So we have these parts. Now there is an L. I guess we could go now this side. So there is just there the L. Just about see that. And there is this slot that you have to put this through. It is a bit tight. You might have to loosen it up, but it did go in. The paint work. Just make sure that it's right in the middle of that, which I presume it might be. It doesn't go all the way through. And with that, we need a LM screw. So let's see. I got that in the right direction. And I think I have. Yep. So let's get this long screw all the way through. So you can see with this screwdriver makes it a lot easier. So I'll be back. Well, actually, you can see how fast that was. Nearly there. And there we go. So that can move still. And now we need to do the same with the opposite side. So just like that, with this part sticking upwards, get this in here. Just line that up, which mine just went straight through. And nearly. Perhaps there. Okay. So another LM screw. Just put a bit of oil. And straight through this hole. So I'll be back. Excellent. That is now screwed in place. So that's how that should look. So what we need to do, I think we need to get those plastic parts, which I have to try find. Just found them. And Is it? Yep, no, they are a difference. So let's make sure. Yep. So like that, these should be pointing downwards. Just there. And turn that over. Just here. And we need to get it into these locations. That is a bit loose. Not happy with that. That might need a bit of glue, but I'm not too sure if this needs to be able to move around, so I can't do that just yet. Same again on the opposite side. Yeah, they are a bit loose. I don't think they'll fall out. That's okay. So with our rear axle, we need to now get this part attached to here. So let's just make sure again. Or is it? So sorry. See? I thought something didn't look right. There we go. It fits perfectly like that. So with these silver parts, just like that. And now we need to screw these in. My goodness. So 2 BM screws. So just in this location, that's the first screw. And let's just get this screwed in place. So that's the first one. I should secure this camera much better. And the next one, it's just here. Perfect. Yeah. Let's just make sure. I think that should be fine. I'm hoping. So we need some more parts. So we're going to need 2 L. That's the first L. And that's right. That's right. And just making sure that is a L. So there is a difference. You can see there is a cutout just there. Trying to focus. And one without. So what we need to do, so the one with this cutout just there, that will need to go in this direction, follow the pattern of that, and we need some BM screws. So this is the first one, and now we need to get this one, which just goes, yep, that will go just there, just like that. So another BM screw. So that's in. Let's go here. I think that might make it a bit easier. So remember, this is the right side. So with this cut out, this will just follow the pattern of the axle. And we're going to need, again, a BM screw. And let's get this first one in. And now this one is the right side. That will follow, again, this pattern here. Let's line up the hole with the angle. Just there. And another BM screw. So that is it for this issue. Really coming along, and it's starting to look really good, this axle. Enjoying this pack so far. So let's get over to the next one. So this is issue 30. Those last 3 issues wasn't so bad. So let's see what is actually in issue 30. Rear stabilizer bar, and shock absorbers. Okay, so he's still working with axle. And okay, got it. So as you can see, I'm doing this with yourselves. I'm not doing it and pretending that I'm coming back to it. So our parts in issue 30. Let's just see exactly what it is. Again, a bit of weight. I don't think everything is, but I could be wrong. And let's take these screws. QM, HM, and IM. So that tells me that everything is metal when it has an M. And yes, no, that could be plastic only. But the rest of this is metal. And these are like a rubber. So let's just push this to the side for now. We don't need that right now. We need these and these and these. And right now, that's it. Oh, well, we could put these also here. And get this all the way here. So first thing, we need to put these rubber covers on, just like that. That might be good to maybe paint these, but I think they're okay. So just like that. Then these springs. Excellent. Now what we need to do is get these two parts. Trying to see, does it matter which is which? I don't believe so. There's no markings to say that's the left side or the right side. Making double sure. Okay. So you can see there's that location hole. And there's a slot just there. Perhaps the other camera could be a bit brighter. So you can see that slot, which goes just here, and we need to get a screw and get this slotted in at the same time, which is hopefully don't have to press this too hard to get this in place. It's not terribly bad, but we need a QM screw. So this is our QM screw, and let's just see exactly where that is. I believe it's there. And just get this screwed in place. And that's it. So that is in its location and it's not going anywhere. Perfect. Let's do the same. So just here. And let's get our screw ready. My drill bit, just in case you want to know, it does show it here. It is a PHO. I need to get some PH00 and maybe PH000 screw bits. This makes it easier for smaller screws. Making sure it's in the right direction. And get this screw just there. Excellent. Let's just make sure that is locked in, which it is. Perfect. So those two have been completed. You could get some paint marks after from all that. So I'm going to bring over the next one. So this part and these two parts, I'm just making sure to see if it matters what is what. But I don't think it does. So let's just get it the same like in the picture, but there is a slight angle to it actually. So that one is straight, and if you see, it has a bit of a slant there. So I think in the picture, it looks like in that direction. So it's slanted like that. And let's get this right. There's something on there, but I can't read it. Or is it paint? Could be paint. Just want to see, is there something on there too? I think it's just paint. So where's that slanted? Is it that way? No. It should be like that. So we need 2 IM screws. So from the inside, we need to get this in first and then just screwed in place. A little bit fiddly, but it's possible. I think we're nearly there. Yeah, that's pretty tight against it. Let me put some oil. So remember, it's a bit slanted. Just like that. Let's see if this oil is any better. And let's get this screwed in. Oh, a lot better. So that's also screwed in place. Just making sure it turns. Perfect. That one can be a bit more tighter. I like to make my parts quite tight. It's better a bit tighter than loose. So that's how it should look. So let's move over to the next one. So now we need this part, and if you turn these in this direction, so turn them upwards, and in this direction there is 2 locating slots which just go like that. Okay, so that is now there, and we need these 2 parts, and we need HM screws. So that is metal. I'm not sure if I should go here. We can do. So just here, and get that over this brace. Put a bit of oil because it's metal, and try line up this hole into the other location just below it. Perfect. So that's one side, moving freely. Now the other side just goes just there. This PH 0 screw bit, it's working in a treat. So let's just get this lined up. I think we're there. Yep. Get this first one there to go straight through that, but that's well in position. What we need to do now is line these up, and we need a IM screw this direction. So from the front you would take it and just line this up. I did put a bit of oil onto that metal screw. Excellent. So it kind of moves like that, I guess. So again, making sure everything's fitting well. To the front, and get that screwed in place. A little bit confusing, but it does look like it should be like that. So that is now screwed in place. Let's just make sure to see what else is need to be done. So we need our shock absorbers, and I'm just making sure in which direction these would go in. Test. Sorry, my mic went off. So with this screw bit, is facing towards the back end, and this will slot just on this section right there, just here. So we're going to need a DM screw. Okay, so let's just get this straight through this. So line up the hole, the screw, and get this straight through. There we go. Wow, this screwdriver makes this a lot easier. Perfect. So that's one. And again, with the screw bit towards the back of this. And we need to get a screw straight through this side. Let's try get this lined up. Did I put oil? Let's put a bit of oil. And line this up. I absolutely love this screwdriver. So that brings us to the end of this issue. That was really good. I enjoyed that. A little bit tricky, this, which it's I believe that's the way it should be. But yep. So let's move over to our next one. So this is issue 31, and that's amazing. Wow. Toyota GR HV Sports concept as a concept. Amazing. I like the T-tops. That was one of my favorite Fast and Furious movies, the Tokyo Drift. So we are working on the rear differential. And we are attaching that. I thought that was a gearbox, but no, we did the gearbox, didn't we? Okay. There we go. This looks good. And that is the end result. Excellent. So let's bring over our parts. So this is 31. What we will receive in this pack. So be careful these screws, they could be lying around. Make sure there's nothing in that bag. So these wasn't in the container. And let's just move things around. So this has a bit of weight. This is die cast. So is that. So is this. I believe this part is also. Let's just tip it out. So nothing else in here. So die cast. I think this is plastic. I think that's plastic as well. This kind of feels like die cast, but maybe not. Plastic, plastic, plastic. These are, I think all of these are plastic. That is metal. And we have this small part. Be careful of that part. And CP screws, so that's plastic. CM, DP, plastic. IP, plastic. And IM, metal. So let's move all of these out the way. And let's get this issue started. We have these parts, and let's go here. So these two parts, I believe, is exactly the same. So we just need one of them. And the rear of this, you can see some markings. I believe that is the rear. And you can see there is these parts that are highlighted. So I think with the highlighted parts, It's like a key shape hole that will just clip into that, just like this. So you can see. Now we need this part, and we need to screw this in place. So you can see the key shape hole just there. Hopefully you can see that. And this will just line up against this key shape hole. And we need with that a IP screw. Let's get this screw ready. So that's one side. And now what we need to do is bring over this part. This part is plastic, and just making sure of the way this is. Okay, I believe that is the way it should go. So like that. And we have 4 locations that need to line up just like this. And we need to get these with CP screws. So I'm gonna just locate the CP screws. So that's my first one in place. So this should be okay. I'm gonna start here. So that is one. So I'm gonna get the rest of these in. I'm just gonna go to this side and just line it up and again get the others in place. So I'll be back with you. So that's now screwed in place. So it's looking really good actually. So just like this. So let's bring over the other part. So we have one more of these. So like I said, get this into the key shape hole. That's the opposite side. And we need to just with this part. So we need to line this up with that key shape hole. Let's make sure that's pushed in all the way. And there we go, just there. So we need another IP screw. So let's just get this in place. Try and hold that. Perfect. Okay, so now let's bring over this part and this metal part, just like this. We'll just slot here. And now with this part, what we just did, let's balance this up and need to just get that just like that. That's excellent. Don't get that much detail on this differential. So we need some screws, and those are IM screws. So this is the first IM. I'm not too sure if this screwdriver will fit. Looking promising. Bit of oil there. So now we need to attach this to the other side. So with this part, so you can see in this direction, so not that way, this way, you can see 2 locations that has like a little lip, and this will go just like that and fit in this location. So I just need to get some screws. So we need to get 2 BM screws just here. So in these locations, I have it ready, a little bit in oil. So this is the first one. So that's one. This is the second one. And now we need to get 2 CP screws. Just need to locate them. So those will go in the back here, but it's covering the holes, which maybe I can Slightly move this. That's interesting. Okay, you could slightly tilt it. Okay, we could get there. This screwdriver is excellent. So that looks good. Really not sure about these. I still could just about maybe. I don't think they will fall out now. Should be good, but that looks absolutely amazing. I like that a lot. And this is movable, but I don't think it's going to do much, but that looks good. So we need our next part. Okay, now we need these 3 parts, and with this part, you can see goes just here, and it just pushes in, just like that. And you can see a locating pin, which just goes into the small hole. And we need to get a small, it's not that small, a DP screw. So let's get this one in place. Great. So I just did a modification, and it was on Facebook. I seen this. I believe the gentleman's name is Paul, and he posted it onto a Facebook group. And I thought this was incorrect, that there's no pipes coming out of that. But all I did is put 2 holes and put some pipes inside, and that is a nut. And I will show you where this will go. And that is the part we need. Now, on the magazine, it's telling us to put it into this location in this orientation. So it should go, it's telling us on the magazine in this way. Now, if you see on the magazine, it actually is first this way. And I've seen a reference also by this gentleman that the actual car is this way. So I am going to put mines in this direction and press this down. So that is now in place, and I've 3D designed this and printed it myself. And really, this probably won't be seen, but that will go like that. But it does look a lot better, doesn't it? I like how that looks. So hopefully you see that. And this pipe, I have no idea at the moment. I'm just going to put this for now here. And we will now just leave that for now. We could tidy this up after, but let's just push this through, make it look a bit more presentable. But as soon as I have some kind of idea, or I might just leave it here, cut that pipe a bit shorter, at least it looks like it's going in the back of this. But I really am not sure where this one goes. This does go here, but really pleased with that. So with that, let's get this out the way, and that is now complete. So that looks a lot better in my view. Don't have to do this, but it does finishes it off, if that makes a bit of sense, because I didn't really like that massive hole, And that is now going, I believe, also in the correct way. So let's get over our last issue. Okay, this is issue 32, last of our issues. Corolla hybrid. Nice. So rear left, knuckle and brake. Okay. Oh, fun. So we are attaching all this to what we have been doing. So that looks really good. I like that. So let's get on with this. Quite a few parts in this issue. So I think they saved the last to the end. Sorry, the best until the end. And we have quite a lot to do, which is good because all the rest of it was pretty straightforward. CP screws, RM screws, GM screws. Let's just put these here. So quite a bit of screws here. I do really like these discs. So let's see what we need first. I think we need this part and possibly this, and I think this one. Yep. And these are some screws, NM screws, QM screws, and another. Oh, and these are OM screws. Got. I thought there's two QM screws, but different. But let's get this now assembled. And first, you can see this is L. Let's get this in the right way. So in this direction, possibly here. And you can see this part needs to be pointing outwards. So let's just get this correct. That's a bit tight. Very tight. Is that right? That's very, very tight. Oh, because it's going in the wrong location. Okay. There we go. So just making sure you can see all the paint coming off. So let's get this off. And we need to get a GM screw. So just here, let's get this in place. Excellent. So that is moving. That's fine. And now with this part, so I'm getting this right. I'm just checking, is it a certain way? They're both the same. And there is a bit of a mark there, but I'm not sure if that's going to be from the molding. Yeah. I think in the picture it's showing there's no pin or whatever that is. So in this direction, we need a OM screw. So I'm just going to get that. And in, where am I? Let's get this in the right direction. So like this, in this direction. And let's make sure. Sorry, I think it's like that. There we go. Let me see if there is a big and a small end. Let's see. You will find out. So let's see the other side if it's the same. If it goes straight through. No, both of these the exact same. So I'm just gonna go this way. There we go. The screwdriver makes light work of that. I have put a bit of oil on there, trying to clean that up as I go. So now we need one more part and get this in place, and just seeing the right direction, which I believe it's this way. So let's just get this ready. So this part, and we can see it shows an L here. You know what? Let's go here now. And this will go just like this. And we need a MM screw. And just get this screwed in place. I think that's fine now. Yep. And now we need, again, a different part. That's so fiddly, isn't it? So we need to get this now screwed in place. Let's just get these out the way. So in this direction, where it shows the L, let's line it up on these locations, just like that. But we need some screws, and those are QM screws. So let's just line this up again. There we go. And get this screwed in place. So that's fine. I think we're getting there. So now we need our discs. Okay, so we have these parts. I can see 3 locations. So I think what we should do first, as I remember, we need to line this up correctly to all these holes so we could get our discs correctly lined up. I think it's there. Yes, okay. So hopefully in that position, just remove the backing. There we go. Hopefully we can get this lined up again easy enough, which I don't think that was correct. Okay, you can see actually 1, 2, 3 there. So that should be me not paying attention. There we go. Much easier when you pay attention. Let's press that down, and we have our disc now in place. Amazing. Just gave that a bit of a clean. So that will go there, and then these, well, actually, I think these will go also in those 3 holes. Yep. Just here. So I think I got that. Let's see. Now we got that in as it should be. Excellent. Let me just wipe that down. So with this, this should just slot in here. And we need a NM screw. So there is a plastic washer. Don't forget that. Let's pop that in and get this screwed in place now. And that moves great. I guess we could go a bit tighter. Perfect. Like that. So let's see what else needs to be done. So we have our caliper. So this is the left side, you can see, hopefully, yep. So just like that, get this slotted in from the rear, then push back onto those locating pins or posts. And we need a CP screw, which is just here. So let's just get this now screwed in place. This is the first one. Just here. So that's both of them. That looks excellent. So we have this pipe, and there is a pin just there, and we just need to put this pin, sorry, this pipe over this pin. So I don't think that will go anywhere. Perfect. So let's bring over our next part. Okay, so let's figure this out. So I could see we have these two parts that need to slot at the top, just here. So that goes there. And then this part, hopefully you can see, this part will need to slot here. So let's get this lined up also while we're here. There we go. And get this pushed in its location, which is actually quite difficult now. There's a lot of paint that needs to be really stuck down. Not sure if that's lined up. Perhaps now. Give that a shot. But that looks really good. Okay. Get this back in. There we go. And I think this will go here. So hopefully you've seen all that. So that goes there. That will go there. And those two will go at the top. So we need to get some screws ready. And the first one is a screw. And that will go right there. So this is the first one. Excellent. Now we need two, I want to break that, screws just here. So this could be difficult to get in place. Let's just see where that is. I think it's there. Let's just see. Let's give that a shot. So in this direction. So that's one. That went in quite well, actually. Let's get the other side also. That one's a bit more difficult now. I'm not sure if I should have done that. There we go. I think there was a bit of paint just holding that up. And just here. Excellent. I think this one can go a bit more. Yep. There we go. That is now perfect. So I think what needs to be done, there's one more part. And I can't see this one. Give us a second. Okay, so before we do that, we need to connect this pipe, which is just here. I'm going to just open that up slightly with a tweezer to make it a bit easier for us. That should be fine. So it's going to go on this silver part. So wrap it like this, and from under this section, let's try. Hopefully that will just go straight on. I think it's okay. Let's leave that as it is. Okay, so now what we need to do, where are we? Here. Let's be careful now, these parts. We need to get this part. Look at all this paint coming off. And in this direction, so hopefully you could see that. So this back end facing towards this way, so that will fit on like that. And we need a screw for that. So it needs a BM screw. So let's just get this lined up, and a BM screw right there. Perfect. So that's now done. And this should just slot in, as you've seen. Lines up. My goodness, that's quite amazing, isn't it? Okay, let's be careful. I'm scared about this part. We need some more screws. So from this side, let's get that lined up. I did put a bit of oil. Need to clean it up really after. Perfect. Believe me, the screwdriver has made this pack a lot easier. And wow, look at that. I like how that looks. Okay, we're nearly there. Okay, so we have these three parts. I believe that this should go first. So let's just get this in picture. And then in this direction, just like this. Now, confusing part, maybe not. Okay, I see it. So the ball will go in this way. And then this will fit into the other side. So let's try and angle this the correct way. Just here. I think we need tweezers for this. And let's get this in the right way. There we go. Then I think that this should go over. That should hold that. And then this should go over this side. Perfect. So there we go. And that's really solid now. And that screw we need to do. I thought there was something that we need to screw in. And that is with a RM screw, which that is a very awkward angle. Oh my goodness. Excellent. Wow. How good does that look? That's great. Can that move? I'm gonna just see. It does slightly. Well, yep, that was a lot of fun. Excellent. Excellent stage. So we have got there, and I'm just going to bring over what we have done. So this is our floor pan. We have stuck on the mud guards. Eventually, this will go here. And you can't see what I could see, but yep, that's going to look great. So thank you for watching, and if you could do us a massive favor, if you could hit that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, that would do our channel a great help. So I look forward to seeing you all next time. That's goodbye for now.